So what's up guys, new patch is coming, new units are coming, so I actually haven't read the skills yet. I'm just gonna read them through right now, looking at it, giving my opinion on that stuff. I actually honestly think like the guy on the left looks like a fucking badass. I just love snipers, archers, those kind of things. I think he looks like a complete badass. So first of all, it's 4-star units, all 4-star, all 4-star. Ooh, actually, oh, that's interesting. There's one 5-star, there's two 5-stars. Okay, I'll get into that in a second. So, first skill, attacks and inflicts ignore all damage reduction effects. So damage reduction effects would be defense buff, shield, those kind of shit, I guess. It's not an ignore defense, it ignores the damage reductions. So I guess it would ignore a Darien passive, or similar like those kind of passives. I'm not sure what it would all ignore then, but we don't have that many skills that say like ignore damage reduction. I think it will also ignore the invisibility buff. I think the water, wind, the wind chakram grow, third skill, massacre dance or massacre something, which sounds amazing though. Also does something like that. So next one, strikes the aim pose, increase the chance of receiving glancing hits by 30%. That's an odd chance, but sure, whatever. I don't think it will do that much. And the damage to the enemy increases by 200% while attacked in this pose. So okay, so you pretty much get this pose for like one turn, you hit something, and then it goes back to the other pose 6 turns cooldown, which is quite a lot. Deadeye decreases a random target the defense for 1 turn at the start of each turn. I think that's strong and quite weak in both ways, because will it target units that have invisibility buff, or will it target units with immunity buff? Probably. So for that reason it's gonna be quite RNG that it's actually hitting on a target. And is the success rate 100%? I'm not too sure about that. So, but I think overall not that bad. So for the next one, same first skill, not gonna read it. Attacks the enemy to remove all beneficial effects granted on the target by 70% chance. The damage will increase according to the number of beneficial effects removed. Another way, it will strip everything, because it will increase the damage according to the amounts of strips it did. So that's cool. And the 70% chance, I'm not too happy about that. I hope with skill ups you can actually make it to 100%. And if it is then 100%, it could be super nice. Then this unit is actually quite legit. It's probably like, let's say it's a good counter on badass and siege defenses and stuff like that. That's for sure, because it's a 4-star unit. Aims the enemy head, inflicts damage that ignores the defense target. Damn, that's some good shit right there. I like ignore defenses, I like Lucians, I like those kind of shit, so that's cool. I think the water one is good. I think the water one is good. That's gonna have some potential. First skill, same. Aim pose, same as the fire. And then we have veteran. Increase the attack bar by 30% each time the enemy lands a glancing hit. That's super... What? But each time it lands a glancing hit. What if you do an AoE hit and everything glances like 3 times AoE? So there's like 4 units, 12. Is that gonna be like 12 times 30% attack bar increase? That would be a lot. that will be an instant turn. But then you have to give the enemy like glancing debuff pretty much, which is not that common, especially not AoE. So far I would rate like the water one the best, then fire, then wind. Same first, same as the water one, which makes him good right away. And then increases the attack bar by 25% whenever an enemy gains a beneficial effect from a skill. So In other words, passives are not a skill or something? I don't know. It's actually like an activation skill. Not too sure how that would work though. But would it stack multiple times? If this would like stack multiple times, like for example, how Bolfrey gets his extra stacks for like each individual buff. If then someone would do like that would be super sick though. Like let's say a Veligil does Sanctuary on 4 units. Will you get like 100% attack bar? And then you can right away like strip one of those with the second. Damn, that's a legit unit. Wow, damn, that's if it would work like that. If it's just 1 time 25, then it's like not that interesting. Unless, oh shit, if it actually would like give the whole attack bar like for 4 units 4 times 25. Imagine using that against Amelia. Shit, it's like every time Amelia gets a turn, you get a turn. Like, damn, that's heavy. That's definitely heavy. I'm also not too sure. Like the cooldown is 4. I assume it's 4 without skill ups. Would it be 2 without with skill ups, or would it be 3 with skill ups? I'm not too sure about that. So that's an interesting thing to see. Then we have first skill, like all of them. They're a little bit lazy on the first skill, aren't they? Yeah, the first skill is like literally the same for all of them. Okay. Okay. Would be fun if some had like a little bit of additional effect on the first skill, but okay. And then the aim, same as the fire one and the wind one. Okay. Oh wow, that's actually cool. You maintain the aim pose, like that's the second skill, when you defeat an enemy. So that's cool, because then you can continuously deal 200% damage every time. That's okay. That's cool. But I think so far, if the light one works on each individual buff on each individual unit, I think the light one is the strongest. Then the water one has a lot of potential. Then I actually think the fire one still has more potential than the dark one. So I would say like light is number 1, water is number 2, fire is number 4, or what? Number 3, number 4, number 3. Then you have the dark one, and the wind one is the worst, I think. That's my opinion. Just reading the skills, just thinking about them, just going on like right away. So I think the light one could be like really legit. Then we have Cannon Girl. This kind of looks like a Tristana to me. This is pretty much like the weapon and like a short girl. Well, Tristan as a guy as a guy. Tristan is a guy name, right? I'm not too sure. Like the League of Legends, like little dwarf thingy. It's not a dwarf. What is it? An elf? I'm not sure what it fucking is. Doesn't matter. Well, this is a Cannon Girl. Launch. Are you being lazy? Yep. The first skill. It actually has different effects. So let's see. Attacks the enemy 3 times. Each hit 30% chance to decrease the attack bar by 30. Whoa. Wow. That's actually really good. Because probably with skill ups you add another like 20% maybe. But you have a chance to decrease it by 30. That's a shit ton. Like you have 3 hits. Imagine all of them landing. Okay, sometimes none of them are gonna land. But imagine all of them landing. You're gonna decrease the attack bar by 90%. That's pretty much like for first skill. That's fucking insane. That's fucking strong. Okay, so let's keep on reading. Attacks random enemies 8 times. Each attack has 50% chance to weaken their defense for 2 turns. Pretty much a randomized AoE defense break, which actually is quite legit as a semi-support unit in Siege and Guild War defense. Because in Guild War defense, what you often lack is an RNG defense break. And an RNG defense break pretty much means that you do not care about the elements and you will defense break a random unit. The biggest counter to every Guild War defense is pretty much using the correct units or the correct elements to counter their elements, so their damage dealers are pretty much like slapping your tanks, and that's how you win. But if you have like RNG defense break, like a retouch for example, well, not everyone has a retouch, a 4-star is way more accessible in that way. This could be like super legit on like some kind of like maybe hybrid support-ish build, like the first skill is also pretty support-ish. So let's read on. Attack the enemy with a cannon gun. Cannon gun isn't like a cannon, a gun, like well, it doesn't matter, and destroys the maximum target's HP by 50% of the inflicted damage. Afterwards, inflict damage on all enemies and block their beneficial effect for 1 turn with a 50% chance. That's a lot of text. The destroys the target's max HP by 50%. That's not gonna be that. Well, still, actually, if you have like a long drawn out Guild War defense, this is gonna add up. This is gonna be. I think she's a good Guild War defense unit. I think if you can build her like tanky enough that she's not gonna get stomped. She's also she would not work against a copper. Of course, a bulldozer would wreck her face. Also, highly depends on like what are our base stats. If she has super high base HP, she would be like really good on Guild War defense. If she's like more of an attacker, she's attacker base. Like all of them are attacker. Yeah, I think if she would has like still decent HP, she could be a good Guild War defense unit. Then this one, the water one, is exactly the same in the first 2 skills. So again, like these first 2 skills already make you a good unit for Guild War defense, I think. So, and then the 5th skill, attack the enemy with a cannon gun and remove all beneficial effects on the target. Afterwards, inflicting damage on all enemies, decreasing their attack power by 50%. So you only strip 1 unit, and afterwards you do damage on everyone else. Okay, so this one essentially, like, initially has a strip as well, which, okay, Guild War defense, Guild War offense also really nice. Good unit so far, I think. Also, like, all of these really depend on their multipliers of their damage and their base stats. Like, you can have the best kit ever, but if you have like shitty base stats, it's still gonna be a horrible unit. But if you have like not that good of a kit but super good base stats or really good multipliers, you could still be like super potential. So I can't fully say like, hey, this is gonna be super good or super bad just from reading the skills. So keep that in mind. So Wind One, actually a 5-star. It's one of the 2 5-stars. The Dark is also 5-star. So let's see. First skill, same. Focus 5 shots. Attack the enemy 5 times each. Each attack has 50% chance to inflict continuous damage for 1 turn. Okay, that's... If you happen to be early game and you pull this one and you're fighting the giant, GB10, it's gonna be badass, but yeah. And then... Oh, what? She has a passive and then another skill? That's odd. Okay, sure. Increase the damage dealt by... What? Increase the damage to be dealt to the enemy. That's a weird way of putting a sentence up, I guess. Maybe... I'm not native English, I don't know. On the next turn, by 50% chance, your attack the accumulated damage up to 5 times whenever you reset the end of the turn. Increase the damage to be dealt to the enemy on the next turn by 50% chance. So... In fact, what I think it's saying is like you can have 5 times 15% chance, like 15% increase of your damage on the next turn, like depending on how many times you have been hit. So it's pretty much you're getting stronger by every hit, and then the counter goes back to 0 the moment you do your attack, and then you're being like attacked 2 times between your attack. You will get like 30%. If it's 5 times, probably works with multi-hitters, you will get 75% straight up. Okay. Okay. I don't think it's that good, but I think it has something. So then the last skill, attacks all enemies with a cannon gun The damage increases in the proportion of the number of allies alive and the attack power of your allies. What? That's a really unique skill. We don't have anything like that in the game yet. You will do more damage based on like your allies alive. Mostly it's allies dead. But you will do more damage based on the attack power of your allies. So imagine you have a full team of 5 runes. So everyone has a lot of attack power. And then you do this skill and it pretty much like insta AoE everything's to shit. This could be like a super strong potential unit for a shield will cleave team. So reason for that is you have probably a second attacker there, which is strong. You have a galleon in there, which is essentially like also quite decent on the attack power. You can even put like a third attacker maybe in there, but that's kind of risky, especially on like a high level. Also like cleaving without every AD on high level arena has a stripper in there pretty much, but let's say it doesn't have a stripper. Let's say it's just a really really weak but annoying defense with a lot of sustain and shit like that. Then if she's shield will, she gets like a couple of hits, so her passive goes up quite some. Then you have the rolling cannon, which deals extra damage based on everyone that's alive, or pretty much if you have a cleave team, everyone will stay alive because of the shield will. Then you have another attacker in there, which boosts the attack power, I guess. And then you just deal like a shit ton of damage with this unit. I think that's good. The only thing which I'm kind of sad about is that this is a wind unit again. And the thing is, you have to cope with so many wind units which are such good like arena offense units. Like you have the Lucian. Like to beat a Lucian, it's gonna be so difficult. So I'm not too sure if this would be like a fire or a water unit with such a like intense like damage, then she could be really interesting. But since it's a wind unit, I'm not too sure. But if she has like super high multipliers again, I think this could be a super OP thing for arena offense. Then for the last unit, last two, light. So light is first 2 skills again. Definitely good defensive monster, I guess. I think this also in like siege, like especially the light one in siege defense could be legit. Third skill, fatal armor bullet. No, it's different. Attacks the enemy with a cannon gun, decreasing their attack bar to 0. Afterwards, inflicting all enemies and stun them for 1 turn with a 30% chance. 30%. So it's not that much, a 30% chance. Decreasing the attack bar to 0 is quite strong actually. Again, really depends on the multiplier. Mainly depends on the multiplier, because I think the skill by itself is not that good, but the first 2 skills already make it good, in my opinion. So then the dark one has the same first 3 skills as the wind one, so it's essentially a good, what's it called? It's a good arena offense monster, I guess. And then burst cannon attacks the enemy with a cannon gun that destroys the target's max HP by 100% of the inflicted damage. This is shit. This doesn't do anything, like pretty much. Like these units are made to instantly kill someone, and if you then destroy 100% of one unit's HP, like yeah, he's already dead. I don't give a fuck. Like yeah, no man, that's that's like if I would pull this as a dark unit, I would be like, probably the base stats are higher, so, but then I still would be, I would rather have like a net 5 base stats and have the first 2 skills of the light than have these 2 skills actually. Because yeah, it could be like a bruiser-ish thing, but on like really high level of like either RTA, arena offense, arena defense, guild war offense, guild war defense, I don't see it as like a super strong unit. And that's that's what I kind of miss. Like, I think the wind one is essentially stronger than the dark one. I'm sad about that. Like, the moment you pull like a light and dark net 5, shit should be like off the chain nice. You should be like, damn, this shit is legit. And this is like already like, ah man. Maybe the multipliers are super good, I don't know. But still, like, the third skill, you're gonna destroy max HP. Like, which unit that destroys max HP is actually legit right now? Beth, maybe an arena offense, but still, Beth already kills people. You don't need the destroy defense that much. Like, destroy defense is used for like long drawn out but like matches in like Guild War or Siege or something like that. And you need like super bruiserish kit to actually make that work. And this is not a bruiserish kit. Like, there's no sustain, there's no debuffs. Like, okay, there's continuous damage, but then that's different damage than your normal damage. It's like it's just, there's no correlation. I don't see this one being that good actually. So how I would rate them, more difficult to the sniper is easy to rate because they all do the same thing. They're just like all like offensive monsters in a little bit slightly different ways. This one, I would say, like, the fire, the water, and the light could be good on defense. Maybe offense as well. The wind one is definitely an offensive monster, and the dark one is definitely an offensive monster. But I think all of them have, like, a decent shot of being used. So I'm happy about that, at least. They're not making units which you're not gonna use. So at first, like, the Dryads and the Druids, when they came out, we are like, okay, they're gonna be good. And in the end, like, the Dryads and the Druids are barely used. Like, even the light and the dark Druid, which could be potentially good, barely used. Druids, same. Like, the light and the dark Druid are actually good, but they're like LD net 5s. Barely anyone has them. Then you have the wind one, which is like pretty much a weird as, weird as what's his name? Wind Archangel, I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. But like, yeah, it's not that great. And I think these units, like all of them, all 10 of them, have a potential to be used. So then, Arena, Guild Battle, Guild Siege improvements. Test out your new decks. What? Feature where you can battle against your own deck to test out your decks you have been at. Wait! Can you fucking finally attack your own defense? Is that what it's saying? Is that what you're... No way. You can test out your deck. New test deck... I can't even fucking read anymore, man. I want this shit for like... If that's actually the thing, if I'm reading it correctly. Test out your decks. It's been added. Top right side. Defense placed in the test menu. It's not an additional, like... It's not additional decks. I want more additional decks as well. But I think you can actually fight your own decks. That's so fucking nice. Like, they should have made this like fucking 3 years ago. But I'm happy they did. This shit is actually legit. You can just pretty much, if you have no energy left, or barely any crystals left, you can just like fight your own decks for the whole day. Like, damn, free rune removal is gonna be even more fun. Because you can just like constantly test your own decks. And then you switch a couple of things. Oh man, it's so nice because free rune removal is upcoming, right? So you just like keep fighting your own decks until you think like, hey, this shit is OP. That's nice. And you can finally place units from the storage in arena, like arena defense and guild war defense. That's cool. That's cool. Then we have Totora's Labyrinth upgrades, changes, modifications, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So what it does... Oh, you can actually... Eh? You actually get more points? Wait. The amount of clear will increase by 1.5 and 2 times the amount of... Ah! Oh, okay. I was like, what the... Why is this upgrading? But it actually makes sense. Like, the moment you go from, like, triple S to an A... This is actually nice for smaller guilds. This is actually a really good improvement if you ask me. Because like the moment you hit like the B rank, you will get like so much increase of like the actual points that you're getting. Like this is the points they're talking about. Like normally you have like 50 points needed to clear a stage, or like 150 points needed to clear a stage, right? So they essentially double that the moment you start getting on the B rank of like the clear. So you have a lot more, like it pretty much doubles your value of clearing stages. So that's quite nice. That's quite nice. Then we have media menu. Check out the videos featured in the what's this? This, they have some videos. I have no clue what I will do. Okay, some fixes. Some other fixes. Oh yeah, this was actually funny. Maybe you've seen it in best replays, like in the World Arena, the RTA. The top 4 players would pretty much just show as like no stars rather than G3. Kind of weird. So then we have some monster bug fixes. Anything else? Nope. Nope. Not that interesting, I guess. At least none of these things actually happened to me even once, so didn't even know they were in there. Then we have some Rift Dungeon descriptions. Yeah, nothing changed, I guess. No, nothing changed. What? What? Why? This is like... This is the moment your mom comes in with a random present and you're like, yo, it's not that much, but thank you, I guess. But why? Like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll take it. Did they ever do this? Like, I don't think so, but yeah, that pretty much wraps up the patch. I'm not sure how long I've been talking already. Pretty much just woke up, but yeah, I'm just gonna upload this straight up raw. Otherwise, like all of the editing and stuff like that would take too long, and then this video comes out like tomorrow or the day after. I just want this video like straight on your doorstep. The moment you open YouTube, it's like, hey, there's new shit. I can watch this guy look at new shit. So that's why you have this raw non-edited version. So hope you like this video and hope you like the patch. Let me know what you think about the units, or let me know where you think you're gonna use the units if you eventually get them at some point. Biggest issue with all of the new units is killing them up, because you don't want to use Devilmons or 4-star units, of course. So that's always an issue. We need the 4-star Devilmons. Like, that's the thing, before you can actually use 4-star new units with all of the skill ups, it's gonna be a year or 2. That's just, what the fuck, man. Let's give us net 4 Devilmons. New units come out, we can use them. So yeah, that's a little bit of random on my side, but yeah, let me know what you think about the new units or where you're gonna use them. Maybe I didn't really see a couple of things. Super hyped, if I read it correctly, but I think I do, that you can actually fight your own decks. That's super legit. I think that's so fucking nice. So yeah, overall, great patch. Loving it, loving it. So thanks for watching this video. Seiishizo here. Peace out.